Welcome to the On Deck podcast for all your baseball DFS needs with your superstar host, fantasy baseball experts, Casey, Bubba, and Bogman. On Deck podcast is sponsored by Line Star app, the #1 top-rated data and analytics tool for daily fantasy sports.
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the On Deck MLB DFS podcast, brought to you by the wonderful people at Line Star Sports. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one tonight, folks. At Line Star Sports. Make sure you check them out on Twitter at Line Star app and at Line Star MLB. And make sure you download the app in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. You will not regret it. All the tools you need in the palm of your hand to build your winning DFS lineups. So go check out all that good stuff. I am on Twitter at BDentric, and my co-host, as always, on Twitter at Bogman Sports. Scott Bogman, how we doing, man?
I'm doing good. D-backs actually looked good today. One with only
Mad
3
bum,
hits.
Baby. Mad Bum, 7 strong.
Mad Bum looked good. We had a bunch of trades go down. Joey Gallo is now a member of the New York Yankees. Starling Marte is over across the bay from you in Oakland. I mean, it's
good move.
A lot of moving and shakings. We had a 17-14 where the Lions beat the Vikings here. So that was a crazy game as well. Lots of action tonight.
Yeah, I made one lineup for the day slate, and I stacked the Tigers and Twins game, and it looked great until the 2 pitchers I pitched with it to be cute. Like, I could have just taken the chalk pitchers and rolled, but no, I got cute, and yeah, that was fun. That was really fun watching all those points go to waste. But you mentioned the trades. That Marte to Oakland for Luzardo, I think, is a phenomenal trade. Like, that's the kind of stuff that needs to happen. One helps people now, the other one helps them for the future. Like, it's like, what do they have to lose? Like, that is an absolutely beautiful trade. The Gallo trade is going to be interesting. Like, right before we started, it'll be official on Thursday morning because they're tweaking.
What was it? Joey Gallo for a bunch of used barbecue napkins?
It was for 6 prospects, but now they've tweaked it. Joey Gallo and Joely Rodriguez, potential backup closer for the Rangers, are going to New York for 4 prospects. So it might up the ante. So we'll see more of that either late Wednesday night, early Thursday. There's going to be a lot more moves coming up. There's a lot of rumbling. Chris Bryant played shortstop tonight. Like, that was wild. Like, 2 innings, he played shortstop. So I had to tweet out. I said, the Giants love positional flexibility, but now Bryant's just showing off.
Yeah, he already qualifies on Yahoo, so that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. He's already qualified on Yahoo. So Joey Votto went deep twice. He was my replacement, so I finally got on the board.
I know. Yeah, I mean, we both got COVIDed.
Welcome to the team. Now you're officially a part of the Line Star team. This was every day last year.
right, exactly. So I mean, Eloy got hurt. Not only did I not get a home run, but the guy I picked also got hurt. So
you can't get one every night. You've been swinging it hot. You've been hot. So it was my turn to finally get something. You'll probably jump back on it on Thursday, and I'll go ice cold again. But for now, we rock and roll there. We'll break down the early and the late slate for you, the main slate. They're both quote-unquote main slates on DraftKings. The early slate is a 6-game slate on DK, 4 games on FanDuel. DK has game 1 of the Phillies-Nationals. Bogman and I both kind of agree that's not happening. Probably. And also DK has the Giants-Dodgers game, which FanDuel does not. So keep that in mind when you break it down. Then we'll talk the night slate, run you through it all, have fun. And our home run calls, Bogman, will be from the night slate. Yeah. So that's what you got to remember. Home run call, night slate, everybody. And that's at the end of the show. So you have to listen. I guess you could fast forward, so I just told you. But you got to listen to the whole show. Let's get started on this one. Again, we're going to skip Washington and Philly, Bogman. I think we both agree. Play Scherzer if it plays.
Yeah, if that game plays, Scherzer, of course. I kind of like some of the pitching on the earlier slate better than the late slate, though.
It's really good pitching, yeah. I'd honestly, because we'll see who's all out, because all we know is Trey Turner for now when it comes to the actual
players,
Nationals players. But if it's some other big names, Vinny V could be intriguing if you want to get stupid. But I don't think the game plays. So
my note on Vinny V is never. So
maybe you can get Juan Soto to go deep yet again. Maybe he's going to have to do it all. But we'll start with the first game of the day, and it starts at 12:10 p.m. Eastern time, so early lock. Braves, Mets, Drew Smiley, Taijuan Walker, over under 8.5. Smiley 68 on DK, 72 on FanDuel, Walker 82 and 74. Interesting, either of these guys. Smiley's showing some promise once in a while. Walker had a rough one lately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. This is Smiley between these two guys, which we would not have said a month ago. But Walker's been rough. Smiley's been pretty decent. Short slate. Yeah, I kind of like Smiley. I mean, he's like my last option, but he's an option for sure. I also like there's some PVB data here. 5 for 9 for McCann against Smiley with 2 homers. 8 for 20 for Jock Peterson against Walker with 2 doubles and a bomb. And then Austin Riley's been one of the hottest hitters on the planet. 43 and 2,900, not a bad price for him. Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies, Swanson, Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, Nimmo, Guillermo, whoever you want from either side here. But I kind of like Smiley, so I'll stick to Smiley, and probably Riley is my favorite bat here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Smiley as a nice SP2 on DK. Do not use him on FanDuel. But as an SP2 on DK, you can go there. And then Jock's always a nice, cheap GPP play. Albies, Freeman would be a nice starting point with Atlanta. There's a couple other spots I like better for bats on this early slate, but that's a good one if you want to be a little different. Yankees at Tampa Bay, divisional game here. Garrett Cole versus Luis Patino, over under 7.5. Cole's 10-7 on DK, 10-8 on FanDuel. Patino 59 and 57. Cole looks like a lock, Bogman, but I will say for Patino, he looked okay recently. It's not great, and the Yankees' offense has been dreadful. So do you have any interest in Patino? And then you can obsess on Cole.
I mean, a little, but only because it's a short slate. I just don't trust him to go deep enough. So I'm going to stick to Cole and probably some Yankees bats here. Glaber is 38 and 36. Odor's been hitting. Brett Gardner's been hitting. If you don't want to go Cole, you want to go contrarian. I mean, Brandon Lau isn't a bad option. Choi has 3 bombs. He's 8 for 12. Off of Cole with 3 doubles and 3 bombs. So for whatever reason, he gets Cole every single time out. Wander Franco's in play, Joey Wendell, guys like that. But I'm more Cole and Torres are my favorite here.
I remember very vividly that BVP came up on the show last year, and Joey P took Choi, and Choi went deep his first at bat, I believe, first Cole. So I remember that one very vividly because I got tons of text messages reminding me that it happened. So, but I like Cole.
Yo, did you see the bomb I called?
As his chicken parmesan's coming out of his mouth. I like Cole quite a bit on this one. I think he's a great play. The Tampa Bay bats are a little cold right now. If like the low call is nice. Brandon Lau is a nice one, but I like Cole quite a bit. If you want to use some Yankees bats, you can, but probably fading this one as well. But you do have Stanton and Judge back if you want some power. And Glaber, I will say Glaber's still ridiculously too cheap the way he's playing right now. So you got some value there with Glaber. White Sox at Kansas City. Carlos Rodon versus Carlos Hernandez, over under of 10. Rodon's 97 on DK, 11,000 on FanDuel. Hernandez 48 and 61. You going back to Rodon on this one?
I think so. Yeah, getting back on track here. He does have 2 starts versus Kansas City this year, 11 and 2/3, 4 earned. That's a 3.09 ERA, 13 strikeouts to 3 walks as well. So I do like him, and then maybe some White Sox bats. Andrew Vaughn. I put Eloy on the list, but obviously he got hurt. Tim Anderson, but White Sox haven't been really hot, so I think Rodon is probably just my favorite guy here.
Yeah, I like Rodon quite a bit. The White Sox bats have been a little cold. Don't mind going back to them against Hernandez. I don't think he's that great at all. So you can go with the Vaughns, the Tim Andersons, the Lurie Garcias. Look for some discounts if you want, or just play Rodon, like you said. I will say if you want to be contrarian, though, because when Rodon struggles, it is to right-handed power, and Jorge Soler is crushing everything right now. So he's 3K on DK, 32 on FanDuel. I think he makes for a very nice contrarian play if you want to go there, because I think on this slate, it's pretty much going to be Cole and or Rodon is the main guy going to get used. So if you want to be different, like we mentioned, Brandon Lau or Soler, makes things a little different for you. Cincinnati at the Chicago Cubs. Luis Castillo versus Alec Mills. No total because of Wrigley, but it's been a firework fest for Cincinnati. Castillo 88 on both sides. Mills 63 and 71. I'm going to keep running with Castillo.
Yeah, 7 of his last 8 have been quality starts. 10 and a third innings versus Chicago this year. 5 earned. That's a 4.35 ERA, 8 strikeouts, 5 walks. But he's obviously been much better recently. A little PVB data here against him. Wilson Contreras 5 for 12 with 3 doubles. 7 for 18 for Happ with a bomb and 2 doubles. 7 for 22 for Hayward with 2 homers. But I mean, you mentioned it. Farmer, Winker, Stevenson, India, Votto, Quino, all hot for Cincinnati. So I kind of like a Cincy stack.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Luis Castillo, and I'm going to go back to Cincy. Like I keep saying, I'm going to start with Votto, Winker, and India. I will say Suarez is heating up. He went deep on Tuesday. I didn't get a double and a single or 2 doubles on Wednesday. So he's super cheap as well. You can mix Farmer swinging it well. You can mix and match, but I want you to start with India, Winker, and Votto. build around that, like Luis Castillo as well in this one, as I think the Reds just stay hot in Wrigley Field. Last game on the DK slate, because FanDuel does not have this game, Dodgers at Giants. David Price, he got stretched out. He's going up against Johnny Cueto. Over under 8.5 on this one. Either pitcher interest you?
No, I'll stick to bats here. Good PVB against Price for whoever is catching for your Giants.
It'll be Casale most likely.
Yeah, 7 for 16 with a double and 3 bombs against Price in his career. Max Muncy is 3 for 7 against Cueto with 2 doubles and a bomb, so all 3 hits going for extra bases. Justin Turner, 15 for 38 against Cueto with 4 doubles and 2 homers, 395 average, 7 for 23 for Bellinger with 3 doubles and a bomb. And then Taylor's hottest hitter, on the planet, not named Austin Riley. Pollock, your boy Thairo Estrada has been good. Steven Duggar's been great. Ruff, Slater. I'm okay stacking either side of this game because I don't want anything to do with either of these pitchers.
I think it's a good spot to stack, especially on the Giants side. Home game, Brandon Crawford's supposed to be back, but Slater will lead off versus a righty most likely. He's cheap. Casale's going to be cheap catching. Love Wilmer Flores in this matchup. You can mix and match some spots here. I think it's a really good spot to get some Giants. No problem with the Dodgers pretty much any night. Cueto's like all or nothing, so if Yopi's nothing, go with some Dodgers, but I really like the Giants on this one. All right, recapping the early slate real quick, Bogman, top pitchers for you.
Castillo, Rodon, Cole, and Smiley.
Yeah, we're on the same page there. I think the idea is I'm going to check ownership like I've been doing lately, and between Cole and Rodon, play the lower owned of the two, and then match them up with someone else. That's kind of my game plan. What stacks are you looking at on this one?
I like Cincinnati against Chicago. I like against Chicago. I like the White Sox against Kansas City, and maybe mini stacks for the Dodgers or Giants.
Yeah, I'm all in on the Reds yet again. Love the White Sox, Dodgers, Giants, as you mentioned, and then I will say Atlanta is slightly intriguing as well. All right, let's head to the main slate, the late slate, the evening slate on this one. We have 5 games to break it on down for you. Both sites agree this is time to party. Milwaukee at Pittsburgh on this one. We kick it off with Freddie Peralta, who should be going a full game, as we were told, against Chad Kuhl. Over under 8 on this one. Peralta's 10,000 on DK, 97 on FanDuel. Kuhl is 64 and 82. I honestly think both pitchers are in play, Bugs.
Yeah, I mean, I think both can be in play. I don't know if I'm going to pick from them. And even though Freddie is slated to go full and all that stuff, I'm just not 100% convinced that they won't yank him a little bit before they should. So while he's one of the best options at his price, I'm not really interested. He's also given up 5 against Pittsburgh so far this year. But Kuhl's been really good recently and not a bad option on a short slate without a lot of pitching options. So I think he's decent. I mean, you can pick and choose hitters here. Reynolds 4 for 9 with a double against Peralta, 3 for 4 for Avi against Cool Chad here. Rowdy Tellez has been hot. Gamble and Stallings has been hot. So I maybe pick through a couple of them cheap bats.
Yeah, I use the value in this one. The Telezes, the Polancos, the Gambles, the Nagowskis, those guys. Not sure I want to go full stacks here because I like both pitchers. I agree with your Peralta statement. Like, if you're only making 1 or 2 lineups, maybe leave Peralta out out of just safety concerns. But I think Kuhl, especially at 64 on DK, is sneaky nice in this one. He's been very, very good of late. Milwaukee's swung good the last couple nights, but Kuhl is the best pitcher they've faced over the last few nights too. What the Pirates have thrown out there is not quite MLB quality the last few evenings. So we'll give Kuhl a little credit on that one. Baltimore at Detroit. For those that have listened to the show long enough, these are like my 2 darlings facing off, like value-wise. Like Baltimore and Detroit, like we already know where this is headed, folks. You got Alexander Wells, the young lefty, versus Casey Mize, who's not going deep, so a lot of Detroit bullpen. Over under 9.5. Stack them up.
Yeah, stack them up. I mean, Mize just has not been going deep enough. Hasn't gone more than 4.2 in his last 4 starts. It's a decent draw, but I'm not interested. So I like bats, like you said. Trey Mancini, Cedric Mullins, Austin Hayes, Pavleka, Eric Haas, of course, in play. Robbie Grossman, Akil Badu has been hitting. Candelario, Willie Castro. I'm going to pick and choose between some of those bats there.
Yeah, I love both sides. I prefer the Detroit side just because I like those guys versus lefties. We know what we're going to get there. Then you get the bullpen. No problem with Baltimore either. But that Detroit side, you mentioned Haas. Scope had the day off on Wednesday. He should be back in the lineup. You have Short playing shortstop, Zach Short, and he's been very, very affordable and productive. There's going to be a lot to like. You mentioned Badu, Grossman. Just go down the lineup. It's been good. Same on the Baltimore side of things. Trey Boo went deep again on Wednesday. He stole a bag as well. So we got the combo meal. Ced Mullins, Austin Hayes. Like, there's tons of value as usual here. Plus, like, it's just a great game stack. I'm all in on this one. I'm probably going to lose all my money on it, but those are my boys, and we ride or die. So this is how it's going to go. Toronto at Boston on this one. Hungjin Ryu versus Eduardo Rodriguez. Over under 10. Chance of rain on this one, so keep an eye on it because they've had issues already in this series. But Ryu's 86 on DK, 93 on FanDuel. Erod's 88 and 76. Erod's been great. Left his last start early because of a migraine. Supposed to be good to go. I got to trust him, and if that's the case, I think he's good for a GPP, Bogman.
I mean, I'm just not that interested.
I know it's Toronto. I get it. It's scary.
It's not even that it's Toronto. It's that he's not been great versus Toronto. 11 innings, 7 earned. Good with the strikeouts and walks, 12-2 there. But I'm more interested in Ryu. 2 starts versus Boston, 12 innings pitched, 4 earned. That's a 3 ERA, 9 strikeouts, no walks. So I'm a little more interested in him. There's PBB data against both. Xander Bogaerts 3 for 8 with a double and a bomb, 3 for 6 for Bo Bichette with a double and a bomb, 7 for 17 for Teoscar with 3 homers and a double. Lourdes Gurriel, I think, got banged up.
Yeah, he left the game after getting hit on the wrist or elbow or something.
Right, he's 6 of 17, but since he's banged up, he'll probably be out of lineup today. Devers, Kike, Verdugo, Springer, Vlad, all in play, all expensive though.
Yeah, the one thing that makes Ryu more intriguing, because I've used him a lot, he always comes in low owned, especially 86 on DK. 93 on FanDuel is intriguing too, because he'll usually go at least 6 innings if he's pitching well. Bogart's missed every game so far this series, and there's a good chance he misses tomorrow. And that really makes us like Robbie Ray had some trouble early today in game 1, but he still went 6 strong, struck out like 7, ended up giving 1 run up. Like, he settled down, and the strikeouts were plenty against this offense. So I don't mind Ryu. I like that call a bit. I think Erod's an interesting tournament play. I get it if you don't want to because it is Toronto, but I think Ryu's a very intriguing option. If you want to stack up Toronto, it's like the Dodgers. They're always in play. I'm not going to go too much farther on that. Oakland at the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, waiting on the total there. You got Frankie Montas, 9K on DK, 88 on FanDuel. Alex Cobb, who left his last start with a finger injury, supposed to be good to go. He's 78 on DK, 86 on FanDuel. Which pitchers do you like here?
Montas is my favorite pitcher of the night here. Great 2 starts versus the Angels so far. 12 2/3 innings in those 2 starts, 2 earned runs, 15 strikeouts to 2 walks. So love him here. As far as bats go, Jed Lowry's 8 for 16 against Cobb with 4 doubles. Ohtani hit his 37th tonight. He's always in play. Jack Mayfield's been hitting. Stassi, Jose Iglesias. I'm probably out on I'm probably out on those bats, but Marte, Chapman, Laureano, Murphy, all against Cobb. I'll stack against Cobb.
Yeah, I have no problem playing Montas. Like, he's a great play. 88 on FanDuel is a pretty good deal, actually. And then 9K on DK, he's definitely in play. Against the Angels, seems striking out a lot right now. So no problem with that at all. If you want to stack Oakland against Cobb, like, I like Cobb, but if that injury pops up, you can attack that Angels bullpen. And we saw what Oakland did to Blakey Snell and company today. They're going to start heating up here eventually. Starling Marte might be in the lineup. It could be a fun little time here for Oakland. So love Montas. See what lineup comes out for the A's before you get too excited there. Last game of the night, Colorado Rockies at the San Diego Padres. Musgrove, 61 on DK, 64 on FanDuel. Musgrove, 82 and 84. Interest in either one of these two?
Yeah, Musgrove. I mean, Freeland is confusing. He's been good recently, and he's a nice price here, but I don't want to put him in against San Diego. So for me, it's Musgrove. He's my number 2 behind Montas today in this in this slate here. But I mean, there's a lot of PVB data specifically against Freeland. 5 for 15 for Fernando Tatis, 2 doubles and a bomb. 5 for 13 for Pham with a homer. 8 for 23 for Machado, 4 doubles. 8 for 25 for Will Myers with 3 doubles. And then Blackman is 3 for 8 against Musgrove. Hampson is 3 for 7. But I think it's Musgrove and some of these Padres hitters.
Yep, we're on the same page. I like Musgrove quite a bit on this slate. Small slate. Brings a good floor to the table with some upside against this Rockies offense. Tatis, Pham, Machado's 3 of like the best options on this slate, I think. So yeah, definitely could have some fun on this one. Recap on things real quick. Who are your top pitchers on the evening slate?
I like Montas, Musgrove, Ryu, and then Cool Chad as my other option.
I like that. Yeah, Montas, Ryu, Musgrove. I'm still I want to see what lineup Toronto puts out there because I love Erod, but might not be the night for him. And then, yeah, Chad Kuhl, nice little value. Might not need pitching value because of the bats who he's stacking up.
I like Baltimore, Detroit, either side, San Diego versus Colorado, and that's it pretty much. I mean, there's not a ton to stack here.
Yeah, San Diego for sure. Love me some Baltimore, Detroit. Prefer the Detroit side, but like them both a lot. And then Toronto and Oakland are kind of appealing depending on what they throw out there for us. Speaking of all that, if you guys can give a rate and review on iTunes, we truly appreciate it. Preferably a 5-star. Constructive criticism is always welcome, but preferably a 5-star when you're doing it.
You can do 5-star and put your constructive criticism in there. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take it. It's fine. Just prefer the 5-star. We're good. And if you like to see two just healthy, viral-looking men talk about fantasy sports, I'm going to make Bogman blush over there, people. Like, you want to see this. Go to the Line Star YouTube channel. It is a great time over there, Stokes. You get to see Bogman pet cats. You get to see me get angry at my internet. It's all kinds of fun stuff. So check that out. Subscribe, give the thumbs up, and enjoy the good stuff there. And last but not least, make sure you follow Line Star on Twitter at Line Star App and at Line Star MLB. And download the app at the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. You're going to want all the good stuff it offers. When you follow the Line Star app, they tweet out a lot of great content, but most importantly for the listeners, Monday through Friday, they tweet out the home run calls of the day. Bogman, myself, and Ryan Humphreys give our home run calls of the day. And if you retweet it, 3 lucky retweeters get paired up with us. If a guy goes deep, you get some free swag. So Bogman, on Thursday, July 29th, who's your home run call of the day?
I'll go a little more PVB here. I'll go T. Oscar against your boy Eduardo. So
let's go. I like it. I can feel it. I can feel that. I'm going to go to my boys in Detroit. We're going to go Eric Haas. Eric Haas taking Wells deep. He's going to stay red hot. So I got to stay on brand. It had to be one of the Tigers. So we're going to the Tigers. We're going Eric Haas. You got T. Oscar, who I always like. Have one on backup in case that game rains out. So be ready for that, because that'll just be our luck this week. And then we'll see what Ryan Humphreys does as well, and hopefully win you guys some more free swag. All right, that'll wrap us up for your Thursday edition. We'll be back with a full slate Friday coming your way. Hope everybody has a good one. Make sure to follow Bogman on Twitter at Bogman Sports. I'm at BD Entrick, and good luck, everybody.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Line Star App On Deck podcast. Download Line Star app from the App Store or go to linestarapp.com for all your DFS baseball needs. If you love the On Deck podcast, support KC, Bubba, and Bogman by rating and subscribing. Good luck.